Alright. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to anywhere you are, and it is time for another noodles eating session as we have another two contestants waiting in front of the noodle stall as they have already been started. It is going to be the Stereotype versus Senzawa, and we are finally in the best of 11 weekend, so we're going to be seeing 6 points to win. And I'm the commentator of this match, Yongin, and joining with me today we got one of the players of the tournament that's still surviving in the top 24. Good morning, Leon. How are you doing?
Good morning. Doing alright, but we'll be doing even better while witnessing this amazing matchup. Stereotype, very, very high skill player, very notorious name in the leaderboards. I would say the favorite one so far, but Senzawa quite good themselves, hitting very high, getting very good performances these past few rounds, and yeah, as you mentioned, we're already on the way. We're already on our first map here. We're coming in a bit late, unfortunately, and this will be actually Coordination 2 being played.
Yeah, we have a bit of a 30 minutes delay because of one of the players forgetting the time. Thankfully, some of our staffs were being kind of nice about it, so therefore they were able to play. But yeah, since this time, even though last round they did successfully upset one of the Mexican players, which is Dark Henser. But now they will be facing an even stronger opponent, and I would say a lot stronger in that regard. Stereotype, very known name, even as a noob like me, I know who this guy is.
Yeah, and you can just talk about the scores actually, reaching the last quarter, actually last 8 of the map. Stereotype still at the 99.87. Insanely high coordination skills. Senzawa still on the FC2, but 0.3% discrepancy here. It will be Stereotype's point if nothing happens here.
That's the last part it's gonna leap towards the other side, especially there's being a 5-digit accuracy lead, which is not something you see often. Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, yeah. What a performance by Stereotype. 995.9, pretty much a 996 on this Coordination 2 here. Senzawa with a very clean FC, but just the ratio in 200 crown nowhere near Stereotype at the moment.
Absolutely monstrous performance from them. Even though last week they did get swept, but they were against the favorites to win the tournament.
They were against there's not much you can do, but they've held on their own pretty well. Like coming close, I would say coming close to some of the NEP scores.
Yeah, absolutely. They were trying their best on some of the more weird picks, such as like Coordination 1 against Nepogen last weekend, and not surprised that they are going to be protecting that map. That map has been banned out. That slot has been banned out a lot of the weekends, and it is survived here this time.
Yeah, not really a fan favorite, especially in this newer generation of LN players. That kind of heavy release focus map. And then I assume that was Stereo. Oh wait, no, that was Senzawa's first pick. So that will be breakpoint already. And now Stereotype. Oh, okay. Stereotype immediately going for Coordination 1 as we were just talking about it.
Yeah, seemingly both players are trying to avoid some of the density picks and going for more technical stuff from Senzawa, as he has been going for technical and wildcard mostly last weekend. Stereotype probably going to be going for the coordination stuff and probably some of the more technical, the weirdest of the technical stuff as well. And this one, it's a very low SR and very high OD type of map. Once again, very similar to last weekend.
Yeah, as you mentioned, opting for this more technical wildcard pick. They don't really want to go for those accuracy focus fight here. Something more like density. Don't want to be in that pure accuracy fight here. Want to risk something a bit more challenging that could cause some breaks, potential breaks.
Yeah, and Stereotype going for the
we should mention Senzawa isn't. They could be potentially not be playing at best performance, considering they forgot this match is supposed to happen. But nevertheless, they are still trying their best. They are still showing up for the match. Very respectable.
Good luck to him now. He said he is eating dinner. But for now, they're gonna be here, suffer for 4 minutes of a map, and I think
Oh
everyone knows the
yeah.
song. As long as you watch anime, you definitely heard of this song before. Featured in
You have the two different audiences. You have one side who just watch this anime and just know this song, or the other side who know the remix of this song.
yeah,
Yeah, anyways, going to the map itself, as you can see, starting off, it doesn't let up at all these different lengths, and some of the long notes extending to the next chord. Senzawa not really having the best time, currently under 99. Meanwhile, Stereotype a full percent ahead. Absolute dominance at the moment.
yeah, we have a lot of these like Hellblind original songs. Yeah, same as last weekend, it's also a Hellblind original remix version, but being the popular one. But we have the original song instead. They are very slow and very release heavy. You can see some of the weirder snaps on. Sometimes they even snap to the flutes and slow and pain in general. And it's so easy to forget how to act some of these like release requirements. Look at Senzawa down to 98% and not even comfortable at all by this BPM.
When that's a miss, that's gonna catapult the score even more if it hasn't already. And just generally not having the best time here. The URs all over the place. Stereotype still on that high accuracy run, actually trying to push 9.8.
Yeah, that's insane. Last weekend, this is coordination one is also his prototype, and he was very close to Napachin. He's one of the best score of the weekend, so I'm not surprised that he is going for this route again. Probably going to be going for this route for the entirety of the tournament. Just focus on something that is like low skill caps but high accuracy requirements. Especially with this weekend being OD 8.5, it's still not even troubling his accuracy at all. And on the other side, Senzawa just could not have cannot come back at this pick at all. It's basically over already. The first time I've ever seen almost 50,000 points difference in a
Yeah,
Mania tournament.
that's a huge point discrepancy. There needs to be Stereotype needs to let go of his keyboard if this were to be Senzawa's point, but that is not gonna happen anytime soon. And barring nothing happens now, Stereotype will close this with a near 99.8 score.
Yeah, I think he reached the full score of Senzawa could have gotten like 10 seconds ago. So you can see this pick is like absolutely one side favorite. A very good score from Stereotype as expected. As being his own protect and a very dominant point and a very clever protect from him. Now, Senzawa has their own picnics, and finally they don't have another like slowish jam maps to suffer from, thankfully. So it should be a lot closer after this pick, but he has a tough challenge to overcome.
Yeah, I mean, Stereotype, as you mentioned, prefers these more slower accuracy type maps, but they can definitely play all these more higher skill caliber maps, especially the density pool would really, really favor them. But now Senzawa's decision, what will they go for? Maybe touch on the wild card.
Yeah, I think
Or
they will go
not?
for.
They were going density tree instead. One of our originals here.
See, last weekend he has been mostly focusing on wildcard and technical stuff, probably because against a player that he was focused on. But now against Stereotype, probably knowing that it's impossible to going up against in flat out technical accuracy release type of stuff. Might just go out something that's more straightforward, like wildcard one or possibly the density pool, and he is going for the how to play LN Son 210 BPM and 7.5 OD, so not as high OD as last weekend.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Both coordination picks didn't work out, and just generally, he has to change their approach. Come to this match on a different angle here. Density will be a good try.
Yeah,
And going to
how
this density is a more continuous kind of mapping with some, I would say, not very straightforward. Not straightforward at all compared to something like Density 2.
Yeah, or something like Density 4, which I would say Density 4 actually kind of similar to last weekend's Density 3, as we add an extra slot and players has to achieve one more point to win the match, so at least they need 6 points, so at least both player will be able to get free picks, even though if it ends up in a sweep. For now, this is probably one of the closer scores so far, but still 0.3% differences between these two players. You can see Stereotype is just so good on those ratio achievement.
Yeah, coming into this match here, Senzawa unfortunately kicking up that miss, now under 99, and Stereotype still with an immensely high 99.87 at the moment. This is what we're talking about. Stereotype can play everything, and Density is his bread and butter, his comfort zone. He can act Rainbow this 300s very easily here, but going into the more denser part of the map here, already one half of the map done. Senzawa doing their best to climb up, but still on the flat 99.
He missed on even the slow session, so if it wasn't over already, I think this is pretty much it. Leon, I do have a question about Stereotype though, as I'm not really too familiar about these players. Do you believe that Stereotype would be like skill cap in like later stages?
Not sure. Maybe I would say maybe just grand finals. Stereotype is a very physical player themselves, so they can definitely handle up to finals at least.
Yeah, like
yeah,
this
score
case.
lead, the score lead is huge at the moment. Senzawa tried their best, but what can you do?
Unfortunately, the difficulty
And
of the
that's
pool,
a V1SS, of course.
that's insane. We are still seeing a double S till now. It's nothing you can do in this case. Just a huge
Yeah.
difference between these two players. Stereotype being, I would probably even say they're kind of a little bit underseeded compared to what I saw their performance last weekend. And Senzawa definitely did also a bit underseed as well, able to upset some match, but unfortunately against half a chance to be top 10 player, I think it's just impossible for them for now.
You will need to bring your best performance and more to have a chance against these kind of players, especially when the pool is still in their favor, very comfortable to act. It's a very uphill battle, and considering Senzawa, I will say not at their peak performance, just very unfortunate.
Well, they are definitely readying things up as they asking for a timeout, so probably there to ready up, get some warm up done because they were eating originally and possibly hasn't warm up just yet.
Yeah, just taking a step back, match not going to your favor, and they were eating, so just take a little break.
I did say they are going to set up their skin to play Flashlight though, so that will be a long time since I've ever seen Flashlight being played out in a Mania tournament, and if that's the case, I do believe they are here to have fun, knowing that this is such a difficult match to and possibly expected for him.
Yeah, I really do respect people that they know it's such a low chance and they're not at best performance, but they are still showing up. They are still performing, not setting best scores at all. These maps are all absolutely difficult to play.
Absolutely.
So that kind of performance and mentality deserves a lot of praise.
Absolutely. If I come in and play any of these maps, despite possibly being a rhythm gameplay and like other modes, this will be like probably barely 5-digit on like every single map. None of these maps are easy at all and just rough for players to play. And that's what happens when the map will finally get out of the quote-unquote cut out of control in terms of difficulty when players has been getting so much better since the last edition of the OMLN4.
Yeah, it's very interesting because first of all, we have a whole 3 years gap, close to 3 years. So, and then the LN game has changed completely revamped, I would say. And then this map pool not only is harder, I will say is probably one round higher than every other tournament out there at the moment.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of GBC maps that were featured in Grand Finals, such as World Cup 4. They were featured in Grand Finals, and often some
Yeah, and
things that
they're
were
here
featured
in
finals.
quarters.
True,
Absolutely crazy. Yeah, going to Stereotype's pick. Still opting for these more technical maps. Going with TE3.
Yeah, this is actual swing map of the pool. Very coordination focused.
Yeah, the more swing rhythm kind of mapping style, and with use Mike McLeek's map.
Absolutely. It does have quite a bit of anchor and some of the burst requirements as well. This map stops for a moment. Like, not actually stops, but stops for like density, and then goes intense for around 3 seconds, and then it stops again. It calms down for 3 seconds again, and then it goes intense again for 3 seconds. And it's quite a lot of finger control in terms of like burst handling.
Yeah, just following the vocal here. The vocal, as you mentioned, stops and goes, so that reflects in the mapping, reflects in the difficulty. And Stereotype clearly has shown that they can do this kind of pattern fairly easy. So up to Senzawa, who is on flashlight. Like, it took me a while to realize.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
Oh my goodness.
Basically, they're here for fun. They did say I'm gonna be adjusting, set up their schemes and such, and go for play flashlight. So,
hey, as a flashlight player, I love to see it. We love to see it. They're just having fun.
Yeah, this is what happens when you're up against such a beast that, you know, you're not gonna beat them in the normal way. Let's do it in the cool aura way and put on flashlight in the middle of the match.
But back to the match itself, they are both holding FCs, regardless of the accuracy.
Yeah.
Stereotype, once again, 99.8, absolutely dominating this pick at the moment.
And yeah, at least since I was holding an FC, they did show they are actually pretty decent flashlight player. I know back in the old...
the UI is also not too spread out. It's still kept within. They're not dropping 100s or misses at the moment.
Yeah, I have seen flashlight being occurred back in low, like old times. Okay, there we go. I cursed it. It's gone.
You cursed it. Yeah.
True. I was gonna say it was such an old thing. I remember back in like 2019 World Cup and such, there were actually people putting on hiddens and flashlight. I'm wondering why are these people actually risking for these performers, and sometimes these are actually easier for them to handle, which kind of blows my mind. It's like a different mode play. It just doesn't make sense at all, but so it's actually extremely impressive. Nowadays, it's very rare to see players just put on flashlight or hidden in the middle of the match.
Because especially for hidden, it's quite common. Just people would embed it in their skins, but there are still hidden mains out there who just find it easier to read it with the mod than flashlight, and the even more rare fade in players. This is very rare. Senzawa clearly just having a good time here, just relaxing. Now under 98, Stereotype is pretty much set for this pick.
If this goes on, I think he might actually set for every pick, and they're just here to have fun and listen to the songs, but we can still amazed by Stereotype's amazing accuracy and Senzawa's flashlight decent play. That's a pretty decent play from Senzawa, honestly, with flashlight.
Yeah, Stereotype with the 993.5, pretty much a 8-to-1 ratio here, extremely high. And it will be Senzawa's pick from here.
Honestly, pretty good play there from Senzawa. Still holding an S in this case. Only missing 5 times on the map. Probably a bit more slider break happened, like in the middle. But yeah, good play from them, especially with the flashlight mod on. Especially there's a very rare occurrence nowadays. We do see what Senzawa pick next. Something more straightforward, maybe better for flashlight. Alright, they go for wildcard too.
Yeah, wildcard too. Now the Fallout map shows up. This one not as technical as the maps we've seen before, but very bursty, very I would say like more anchory, flowy kind of map.
Yeah, it's like a, I don't know how to call it, but like a stair-ish patterning. Like the nodes goes
Yeah.
from left to right to left to right.
Yeah, you're
and
learning stair-ish patterning.
It's true. I mean, your main finger, what's that? The two fingers in the middle just never stops flying. It just keeps hitting for the entire map, and it's kind of suffering on those two fingers. And we do not see a flashlight being.
Oh, no
selected
flashlight
on
this time.
Senzawa.
That was just a one-time performance.
I guess they're trying hard now, possibly thinking that this pick is actually winnable. Let me try my absolute hardest against Stereotype. For now, Stereotype still holding on a close to 99.9%. Absolutely monstrous accuracy.
Yeah, and that will slowly start to draw as you get into more of the map here. Senzawa with a good start actually, but still on the 99.6 flat at the moment. Now just contesting accuracy, both of them still with the FCs. As you can see, these bursts coming in, what you mentioned earlier, these kinds of rolly LNs.
A bit of shield required as well, but of course not the main focus of the map.
Yeah, the shields are incorporated nicely, so it's not really too hard to hit, but can still catch you off guard if you're not ready. And this map is quite short as well. We are already closing the halfway point, and after this break, we'll go into yet another KI section.
Senzawa needs a break from Stereotype anytime soon to have a chance to come back, but I do believe they need 2 misses in this case. Despite the map being so short, a lower combo count does benefit FCs, but I do believe they still need one more because of the accuracy drop there. Another 200 being dropped, and that I say, there's a break from Stereotype.
That is the miss he needs. Senzawa finally having a chance in this match after 30 minutes, but he trades the miss.
It's okay, there's one miss from Stereotype before he missed, so I do believe that he still got it. He just need to hold on the accuracy though. I do believe there's around 1,000 point lead in favor of Senzawa, but it seems like the accuracy drop is once again benefiting Stereotype as he reached the combo cap last part of the map, and I do believe this light of hope from Senzawa, it's gone from the accuracy in the last moment once again. And Stereotype, despite one miss, one slider break, thankfully all in a condensed session, let's save him on this pick. Not a 2 separate miss, a very close miss after all, and the hope of Senzawa getting a point is fading away.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. They had it. Stereotype not only just got a miss, they got 2 50s as well that catapulted the score. But yeah, that not even a break. That one slider break was enough to push it back to Stereotype. And now it's Stereotype's turn to pick.
That was
At
really
match point. Yeah, that was really close. Closer than we expected, really. Actually, closer than they expected, I would assume.
Yeah, probably one thing that every time I FC this map, Senzawa is probably like, oh my god, I can't believe I actually have a chance. But we do see why they decided to take off Flashlight in that case, because he really has some sort of chance in that pick, but now they need to suffer another Stereotype pick, and it's going to be density for the second custom song. We'll see this this match.
Yeah, 2 of the customs being picked here. Absolutely love to see it. Once again, as mentioned, so far this entire match, every skill set so far has been Stereotype's favorite. It will be up to Senzawa. They did prove that they have a chance. They can pull off good scores in this match.
This map is slightly bit more straightforward to Density 3. It's kind of similar to Density 3 last weekend. There's a bit of a transition sessions where easy to break. This time there is no stupid sessions in the start where everyone drops more accuracy at the first 100 combo than the rest of the map. So no more cases like that. But this map is quite high BPM this time, even higher than last weekend.
Yeah, this BPM 220, I think very, very high. Very, very high BPM for a density, especially considering we're just in quarters.
Oh, it's gonna be
my gosh. Well, what is this? Gathering the Infinity Gauntlets, trying all the mods.
Where's my hard rock pick?
No hard rock.
Hard rock is like deliberately adding even harder to your game, like actually purposely dying on the pick, because hard rock does rise up the OD and you need to be even more accurate to hit, and it does not add any bonus scores unlike any other mode, so it is rough to play. I don't think a lot likes to play it, but we'll see how the hidden players play for now. And this is holding on quite strong with an FC despite with the hidden mod on.
Because hidden is actually not too difficult even for non-hidden players to hit here, and getting to the more dense section, the accuracy difference only 0.3, Senzawa having a good chance here.
Absolutely. Do anyone's game, if there's a miss from Stereotype, it could have flipped towards Senzawa, but again, this map is very short, unlike some of the maps we saw, but that does benefit one FC player though.
They both hit the trail. Those trails are very messy, need to watch out for. This density, all these long nodes being at different lengths. Senzawa dropping a little bit of accuracy, but still maintaining that, still within 1 or 2, I would say like 2 or 3 miss striking range here.
They need a miss soon though from Stereotype. If any chance, another transition sessions, no one breaks again. Everyone handling some of those transition sessions wonderfully. On to the last part of the pick, last 20%, and we still have some density left in the board, and it's the last chance for Senzawa to survive any single pick in this tournament.
Yeah, this is the losers bracket, so fighting for their tournament lives right now. Both players hitting the trail. Stereotype getting a miss, but it's very, very clean.
Yeah, we do see another miss from transition in the transition sessions from Stereotype, but unfortunately the accuracy from Senzawa is just a slightly bit too low for them to have a chance, especially with the hidden mod on.
That was a 4 miss on the trail. If that match went on longer, that would have been way closer.
Yeah, absolutely, but I do believe the accuracy in general is just a bit too far away. The ratio of Stereotype is basically half on Senzawa, and also in a lot of the picks as well. Of course, the hidden mod does add a bit of a misreading and possibly a bit of a lower ratio. So it could have been flipped towards Senzawa if the hidden mod wasn't on, possibly. But we can see most of the maps are quite Stereotype favored after all.
Yeah. And that will be the match actually, 6-0, clean sweep, being a bit closer on the second last map here. Nevertheless, Senzawa with a great run here, reaching quarterfinals. Losers will end their run here, and Stereotype will move on to face either Tonels or Mini Egg.
Yep. Two also pretty known names for me personally, but going up against Stereotype, it may be a rough performance because this player seemingly it's on an unstoppable roll and probably unstoppable even against a higher seed next week if they manage to survive this weekend after all.
Yeah, for sure, and that is just our second match of the weekend. We still have many more to come. As you can see, the upcoming ones will be quite a while away actually. considering it's only happening at 11 UTC. So be ready, be prepared for these upcoming insane matches.
Yep, and it's gonna be quite Asian focused as we are heading to the Asian battle time zone. Plana versus Meti and Matcha Latte versus RMDD at practically almost the same hour, 11 UTC and 11:30. And after that, we do have two more Silvic Wars waiting for players to play, for the viewers to watch, and those are gonna be such a hell battle and exciting to watch for sure.
Heaven versus Konkawa will be the highlight, I'm telling you. Those two have always been playing together, never against each other. And then right after it's Formel versus Parasol Tree, same thing, they've been playing together.
Yeah.
Very interesting to watch. But with that, we will close out this stream first. Any last words you want to add on, Yeonjin?
Nothing to add on.
Nothing to add on, yeah. Thank you all for watching. This has been Leon commentating, signing off.
With Youngin, and we'll be signing off. Thanks for the very funny flashlight and hidden pics and the super S we ever saw in this Senzawa. Hope you enjoy your time here, and we'll be seeing you guys at 11 UTC, and come back at Osu, twitch.tv/OsuMania Live for more noodles battling Battleground. See you then.
See you.